Hello, I'm Brennan. I'll be presenting with Mariah and Ryan on Amcor and Bemis. As we can see, Amcor and Bemis is already at the top of everyone when it comes to revenue, and all the other competitors. The only one that's even close right now is Berry, which is only a 0.4 difference anyway. But Amcor can easily overcome that and even go further than that.
The competitive environment that Amcor is currently in, economically, they are clearly ranked first. They're $13.4 billion in revenue. However, when it comes down to the consumers, we'd like to talk about the fact that the consumers are looking for products that are sustainable, such as the ones that Amcor are creating. So these are the products are up 16.6%, and those studies were done in 2018. They also delivered $114 billion in sales. And then socially, it all kind of ties together. 81% of consumers globally feel strongly about companies' sustainability plans, and they're always looking for more transparency and sustainability when it comes to looking for what products they're going to buy, especially now in the times where climate change is always at the top of the list. And technologically, we are replacing the non-sustainable packaging on the shelves and in the companies. So companies are now going to be able to provide for their customers exactly what they are looking for by purchasing Amcor's products that are sustainably responsible, and they're helping the planet as well while doing exactly what the consumer wants.
All right, going on to our company analysis of Amcor, we see the strengths. Last year, they had $9.3 billion in revenue. And they also have a high level of customer satisfaction and loyalty due to how well they treat their customers, and the product they produce is very good. And they have new product success recently, which they haven't had in the past, which is something they can drive on if they continue moving forward with it. Weaknesses is that they're monocultured in packaging. They can't seem to get out of this area. They've tried other times of trying to go out into other businesses, but it has not seemed to be very successful. They also have an asset turnover ratio of 0.67, which shows that they're not spending their money efficiently, and they need to find a way to efficiently spend their money to get the most out of each dollar. And also to add to that is their product forecasting. Unfortunately for them, they not very good at predicting what the demand's going to be from customers, so they end up with a lot more inventory that they have to take care of, and is costing them a good bit of money. For opportunities, they can continue with their online channel of sales and continue to grow it. Ever since they've released the online channel, they've seen nothing but success, and it is continuing to grow, so I don't see why they shouldn't continue to grow it. Another thing is that they can acquire more companies and expand, kind of like what they did with Bemis not too long ago, and how that has made them the number one in packaging. They can continue to acquire more companies and expand even more. And another thing is with I said before, the new product development, they continue to create new products and trying to expand their line to create a bigger portfolio for themselves. And going on to threats, the competitors and technology advancement go together. Their competitors are sneaking up with them with their technology, and it is not looking good for Amcor if they do not figure out how to advance their technology, or at least put more investment into it, because this is allowing them to get the upper hand on Amcor by having better tech than them, which will eventually will see the difference in their profit due to their customers possibly switching over to the company with better tech. And another threat to them is the workforce strikes. They have people petitioning to get better wages and stuff, and Amcor has to figure out if they should go along with it and give them better wages, or not and risk to lose people. Either way, they'll be losing profit on this.
Some goals for Amcor Bemis to look at are continue their sustainability efforts. They do have their goals set for 2025 to continue their sustainability, and that's when they're really going to hit it home. But they also need to look at shifting their products more globally if they would like to continue their profits. I believe that if they start shifting their products more globally, they're going to be able to see the bigger difference in the purchases. The biggest example I can think of when I was doing my research was that their wine bottles are only sold in Central America. And those are plastic wine bottles where in Europe and even the United States, North America, we use a lot of wine and sell a lot of wine. And in Europe, it's a really big part of their economy. If they would shift this product more globally, they'd be able to make a lot more profit off of it than just simply in one area. And that's only one product that could be used in multiple economies. They also should promote their Max Q on their packaging. That's going to be able to allow consumers to have a more transparent idea while they're purchasing, because by utilizing the Max XQ where they can scan these products and see what's inside of them, they'll be able to see exactly what they're getting, which is exactly what customers are looking for right now in the markets. And another goal finally is for them to just continue acquiring more companies. The more acquisitions they make, the bigger they're going to get and the more profit they're going to have, and the less they'll end up having to worry about other companies catching up to their $13.4 billion in revenue. It'll grow even farther.
Just a small performance look. Like we said before, last year they had $9.3 billion in revenues. And from this year, looking at it from now, it already has a 1.5 increase in sales this year, which is pretty good. And they have an EBITDA of 1.4 billion. Along with that, they have a cost of goods sold of 7.6 billion, which had a gross profit of 1.8 billion. So right now it looks like Amcor is on track to continue to grow and expand their company with ease.
So I'm here to talk about the risk mitigation for Amcor here, and the biggest thing that they're doing in the future is the 2025 pledge, which basically means they're trying to make their company better for the environment. They're trying to reduce waste, and they want to make sure everything is either reusable or recyclable. And in doing that, they want to put in the infrastructure to make sure that the recycling is actually recycled. And there's a lot of concern that they're going to put all this money into creating roadways and infrastructure and plants to do all this recycling, but it's going to be in not the best developed areas, so they're afraid that they're going to put all this money in, they're going to lose their investment. Another risk is changing consumer trends. If consumers don't want to be involved in this company anymore, or another company is going to start offering greener solutions as well, and let's say the consumer trends change, they're going to want to go to somewhere else, and there goes that whole investment is gone. And another risk is just trying to prevent buyout. You don't want to have someone take your company out from under you. And the final steps, or the next steps for our company, is just to continue to grow, to remember to be sustainable, and to market products globally. And thank you. And this was our presentation.